Hi, welcome to SRKK On Air episode 4. So my name is Kiefer Chong, the head of marketing from SRKK, as well as a host for SRKK On Air, right? First of all, thanks everyone for joining today's podcast. How we start today podcast, I want to share that actually for the past 2 weeks, we actually share questionnaire feedbacks from our WhatsApp channel, right? Which topic we would like to talk about. And surprisingly, the highest topic we want that our customer want to talk about, the audience want to know about is the data, AI, and analytic. And pleased to welcome today guest, our head of data analytic, Chen Zhen.
Hello.
Chen Zhen, can you introduce yourself to
Hello.
our customer?
My name is Chen Zhen. I lead the data, AI, and analytics practice here at SRKK.
Yeah, so Chen Zhen, I think why people want to have this topic, I just believe AI is not just a baby anymore. It's actually a very it's not, I wouldn't say matured. I would say that it's a topic that not just talk about security, everything, and people always say AI, but how we start AI, and I think data is very important.
Yep.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and recently I think last three episodes before, talk with Mr. Pang, our CTO, about data, how important is our data in terms of security, how the data being governance and built in terms of AI. So AI is everywhere today. So what do you think the most company misunderstanding about AI? Just like when I share, people thought that AI, just AI, no need any others foundation to support. So what do you think about it?
Well, I think something that I've seen in the past is that every time a new technology is introduced, people go through a cycle.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's a hype cycle. And then after the hype cycle, then people start to realize, hey, it's actually not a magic bullet. It's not a silver bullet. And then, things will start to drop a little bit, and then before picking it up again. So I see this as something we call the Dunning-Kruger effect. So in Dunning-Kruger, when people know a little bit about something, they're very hyped about it. They're very high confidence. And then as they learn a bit more about that, then their confidence starts to drop. They go through something called a valley of despair. And then that's where competence and confidence start to grow proportionally together. Yeah. So I think in the past also, when big data came out, machine learning came out, and now AI, it's all pretty much the same thing. People are super hyped about it. And then they start to realize that, hey, actually, it's harder than we think it is, and then it starts to normalize a little bit. Yeah.
Very thankful. So if I for all the joining this podcast, so SRKK AI, I would say that we are the first homegrown companies that have the data analytics specialization from Microsoft. Yeah. So I think the foundation of how we can build the SRKK AI and adopt to the AI adoption for our customer, I think the data team play a very important role. So I think you have talked with different customers, right? Seen different scenarios. So why do some AI projects succeed while others fail?
Yeah. Well, I think that for an AI project to succeed, first thing that it needs very strong executive level sponsorship. So whoever is heading that function or that business, so we need to have a very good business stakeholder that sponsors this project. Because at the end of the day, if you pass this on over to IT will just treat it as another systems or IT project. And for an AI project to succeed, you need to reimagine what your business will look like with AI, implement the technology into it, and then at the same time, change the processes to fit what a reimagined enterprise will look like with AI. Yeah, so I think it goes back to the same old thing again that we always talk about. You have the people adoption and people to support it. Your process needs to be aligned with it, and then you have to put in technology. So having these three people, process and tech, I think most people just look at tech first and tend to neglect the people and process side of things.
Right, the key thing is people, process, and tech.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
People, process, PPT.
PPT, yes,
It's
correct.
not PowerPoint,
now.
it's PPT. People, process, and
Yeah.
tech.
I think the other thing that I've seen also is that people tend to try to do a lot at one time. So if you try to do a lot, you lose focus. It's best to identify which domain within your organization or which function or which department has the most feasibility when it comes to change, and also has the highest value when it comes to implementing AI. And then focus your efforts on that domain first, instead of trying to do a bunch of use cases here and there a little bit. So instead of doing many use cases all scattered across different departments and domains, it's best to find one domain that is highly valuable, if we can adopt AI. And also that domain has a good feasibility when it comes to change, and then focus your efforts there. Yeah.
So you talk about focus, don't want to have here and there, right, departments. So is this the pattern you're seeing the business across in Malaysia or Singapore, Indonesia that adopt AI? Is this the pattern?
Actually, yes. Well, I think a lot of companies want to do AI. And they don't know where to start. So what ends up happening is, okay, everyone, you find your own AI use cases, and then tell me what you want to do with AI. So then you have a bunch of use cases here and there, but it doesn't all add up together to drive big value for the organization.
I see.
So you have one small use case there, another small use case there, but nothing is really transformative. So maybe it can help you do things faster, cheaper, better, but we don't want faster, cheaper, better. We want to do things a whole new way, differently. Yeah. I don't want to do my,
I see.
Yeah.
All right. So talk about AI, right? So AI, no matter it's co-pilots or any other models in the markets, right? So people always say that we need to verify whether AI say yes or no, correct or wrong, right? So please bring out the topic at why is the data often the biggest obstacle to AI success? So I think because from on-prem to clouds, right? Era changing, data here and there. So why data is often the biggest obstacle to AI success? I think you lead the AI team, data and analytics team. I think what do you see the biggest obstacle for this in terms of data?
So AI needs massive amount of data.
Yes.
And okay, so there's two parts to this, right? First part is to train AI, whatever machine learning models that you want to do for prediction, or even the large language models that's out there, requires massive amounts of data. I think that's number one. And number two, most of the use cases that involves AI, most of the AI use cases involve some sort of querying data, summarizing data and information, or organizing data. So number one, if you don't have the right set of data, you can't really train your AI. Number two, if you don't have the right data for your AI to work on, your use case won't work also.
So talk about this, right? So what does the good data governance look like? Because we talk about data, right? Aggregated data. So what is the good data governance look like? In your opinion?
Well, I always like to think of data governance, the concept of data governance, just like any other kind of governance out there. And I think the one that we all are familiar with is our government, right? In government, how is it typically organized? You have like a prime minister that is governing the whole, let's say, Malaysia. And then at the same time, you also break it down into smaller states. And then within each state, you have a Menteri Besar, right? Or you have a state government. And then within that state government, maybe, or within the government, you have like your legislative arm and then your executive arm. So legislative to write the policies and the laws, and then executive to enforce the laws. So same thing with data governance. Your data estate, you can think of it as like a country. So if you have a big data estate, then you need a head that's governing all your data, right? Okay. And then the next thing that you have to do is then break it down into smaller domains. So we call it domains. And then each of these domains should also at the same time have an owner. And then with that owner, you have to write the rules, right? The laws of the data within that domain. And then at the same time, you also have to have enforcement on on those rules. Yeah. So we call these roles like you have a head of data governance looking over the whole data estate. And then within each of these domains, what you need is also you need your data owners.
Yep, data owners.
Data owners. And then also your data stewards who will be doing a lot of the enforcement side of things.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think when it comes to governance, the most important thing goes back to your people again. So do you have people who are accountable and responsible for making sure that data is high quality? Like once you have those people, then the next thing that you have to look into then is very simple. I like to call it, three things. It rhymes. Your rules. So what are your rules for your data? What are the rules for your data, right? And the next thing is your schools. So once you have those rules, how do you educate people through your schools, your programs and whatnot, to make sure that data is high quality, right? Well-governed, high quality. And then lastly, you have your tools. So your tools are then, it could be data governance tools like Microsoft Purview, or I mean, there's other tools out there that helps you implement data governance. So typically what's needed in the data governance tool, you will need things like metadata management, your data catalog, lineage, and stuff like that. I mean, those are more technical, but essentially, yeah. So first, you got to have the people that's accountable and responsible for governing your data, making sure that it's high quality. And then second is the rules, schools, and tools.
Rules, school, and tools. So rules, school, and tools. So from here, so we can assess whether the data is AI ready. Am I right? With three elements, especially tools and school.
Yeah. Well, once you have these, then that will result in high quality data that can be used for AI.
All right. Right now, talk about people, school, and rules, right? Yeah, you can guess me later.
People, right? Process tag, and then rules, schools, and tools.
Yeah,
PPT, and then RST.
Rules, okay, RST, right? Okay, PTT, RST. So now we talk about people, right? So how should leader measure the ROI of data and the AI initiative? Because I think AI is not a topic. I think government, around the world, we talk AI. So how should leader measure the ROI of the data and AI initiative?
Okay. I prefer to think of it this way. I prefer that before you talk about data and AI initiatives or whatnot, like you first have to identify what does your business want to accomplish, right? And that ROI will be tied to some sort of metrics. So let's say if it's a sales department, then your ROI would be things like, okay, so the first thing to think about is, let's say you run a sales department, then you have to think, okay, what do I want to accomplish with my sales department? What do I want to improve on?
Yeah.
Do I want to improve on conversion? Or do I want to improve on lead acquisition? Do I want to improve on costs, customer acquisition costs? I want to drive that down. So maybe less salespeople or whatnot, but have more customers and things like that. So it always starts with what's the outcome that you want to get?
Objective.
Right? What's the objective? Yeah. Correct. What's the objective of that business function? And then once you have that objective, then you only think about, okay, how can data and AI help me accomplish this objective? So I don't like to go the route of, okay, I want to do this data and AI project. Now let me calculate what the ROI is. I want to go from, okay, I want to accomplish this business outcome. Then how can data and AI help me?
Yeah.
So if you go from the business and then go over to technology, then it's very clear, right? You don't have to think about what the ROI is because you are very sure of, okay, if I do this is to support my larger goal of driving down sales costs, improving conversion, having more leads and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah. So and that ROI value will be tied to some sort of metrics or KPIs, and basically that metric or KPI would then be your ROI calculation.
Yes, agree. So for us also as a marketing team as well, right now, I think for transform for the last 2 years, right, and in the market feedbacks, right. So AI is not just IT stuff; it's all just like department like sales and marketing, HR. Right? So every departments have their AI initiative and their own objective and ROIs, right. So what are some quick wins organization can achieve using AI analytics? What do you think?
I was thinking of what you guys did, right?
Yep.
For one of the events.
Yep.
Like the way that you guys use AI was having call agents
Yes, correct.
to call down and remind people to
Yes.
join this.
Yes.
Yeah. So your objective was, I want to have a high turnout rate,
Yes.
right?
Conversion
And
rate.
high conversion rate. And then that essentially will turn over. Okay, so if you have 100 people convert, then you have how many leads? How many
Yes.
leads will convert to how many opportunities, which converts to deals, right? So you have that objective, and then you look at data and AI capabilities. I mean, we have the call agents that we had,
Correct.
and then you call down, and then so very very clear. You are clear of your objective.
Yes.
Now then, I use AI to help.
Yeah, sharing about what Zhen mentioned. So we have voice agents to follow up with some of the events at SRKK.
Correct. Yeah.
So the outcome is we want not just convert people to join our events, right? We also want to reduce the time consuming for my manpower. We want to use the time to do more ROI works instead of just manual works, right? So from there we will understand whether this event is good or bad, right? Whether the AI agents, for example, last time, if I want to call 100 customer, I need maybe 5 headcount and then a whole day. But AI agents, maybe just 30 minutes. Within 30 minutes or 1 hour, it covers everything.
And there's so much savings, right?
Correct. So this is from marketing's objective, right? Of course, every department hash out. Like for example, we have talent thieves, this kind of thing. They can actually achieve their ROI as well, right? I think this is what you're trying to say. So can you share an example of how AI transform AI transform the decision making? Of course, like for example, myself is for events, but for you maybe when you go for meeting with customers, how is there any example you can say about how AI transform decision making?
Yeah, sure. So we have a F&B customer, and we used to produce reports for them. Means that they will ask a question: is my promotions driving more sales? For example, let's say I invested 500,000 into this particular campaign. Is it driving more sales? So what we will do then is we will have an analyst, and the analyst will go through the data, crunch numbers, and then set up some hypothesis, and then use data to answer those hypotheses.
I see.
Well, that's back then. But today, I think with AI, if you can give AI access to your data that is clean, properly governed, and everything, you can get that kind of analysis a lot quicker. So it used to take maybe 2 weeks for the analyst to go through the data and produce a report. But now with AI, you're able to do it in 30 minutes and get a very good result. So I think it's not so much like it shortens the time to do that. So internally we've also built what we call an agentic analytics tool.
Lumos ESG.
Yeah, we call it Lumos AI, and it sits on top of your data platform. And it's able to scrape the web, query data from your data platform. You're able to put your custom context in. It can generate dashboards, reports, and everything within 30 minutes. Yeah. So what used to take 4 to 6 weeks maybe for a developer to build a dashboard and everything, now with the right data set, you can do that within 30 minutes.
Yes, I do. Did try your Lumos with the team yesterday. It's very powerful, very impressive. Right. So everyone interested, please reach out to our consultant. Right. Okay, so talk about this looking ahead. Okay. So I always ask no matter the guest, want to know about the next 3 to 5 years, trends, right? So what is the trends in data and AI will shape in the next 3 to 5 years? What do you think?
I think one thing that we're already seeing now is that token costs is. Then the next thing that is very effort intensive, or the next bottleneck is now implementation and applying AI into organizations.
And adoption.
Adoption and implementation. I think adoption of AI is very quick. So I don't really see a big concern with that. Especially, so we can separate AI into 2 parts. I like to call it like the enterprise AI, and then you also have the everyday AI. Everyday AI is like your co-pilots, your ChatGPT, your Claude, so your personal assistants. So that adoption is super quick. Right? A lot of people are using it, and I think in the history of technology, AI is the fastest adopted
Yes.
technology, but more on the enterprise AI side of things,
Organization
AI. So how do you transform your business process, the way that you operate, the way that you do things, how do you design it with AI in mind, so that you can scale, you can do a lot more at a much less cost.
Yeah.
And that requires very strong executive sponsorship from the top down. Requires good change management capabilities,
Yeah.
and also a lot of engineering
Yeah.
talent also needs to go into that too.
Decision FYI for our customers and all the audience. This is the reason why I think right now a lot of everyone's talking about AI. Organization is using AI, but the adoption rate is still low in K On Air. To tell everyone what is the IT trend right now, especially right now is AI. All right, so please reach out to us if your company needs, AI academy education. You can reach out to our SRKK LinkedIn website and our consultant as well. So next two questions. What advice would you give organization just starting their AI journey? So Mr. Pang also answered this question before, so I want to listen to the question. Answer.
There's a really good book that I have. Can I go and grab it? Is it not?
It's okay.
It's okay. Okay. There's a really good book that I've been reading. It's basically like a playbook for digital and AI transformation. The book's name is called Rewired. So it's written by McKinsey, actually. So it's a full playbook about how you can do digital and AI transformation. So very good insights. Goes from road mapping over to talent. How do you develop your talent? Over to operating model, and then adoption, data, technology, and everything. So it's a very I think the first thing that's needed is to get the leadership team together.
Yes.
To be committed in this journey.
Yep. Because I think AI always start from top to bottom. All right. Because AI needs of course, like we say, some implementations, needs money, sponsorship. So that's why top to bottoms, the education need to be top need to make the decision, but the education need to always from bottom to top.
Yeah.
All right. Right. So thanks for my team.
Yeah.
All right, brings the books. So Rewire.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is the book lah, Rewired.
Okay.
Quite thick, 600 pages, but very insightful. I promise you. There's a lot of diagrams in here also. So
okay, I will get from your
tells you exactly what to do.
Read.
I bought I think close to 30 copies.
Oh.
I give everyone in my team a copy so that they can also.
Wow, very good. That's why this is this is our data and analytics leader. If you're interested to join SRKK, please reach out to us as well. Right, last question. Right.
Okay.
If you were the CEO today of organizations, where would you invest first for your data, AI, or analytics?
So you mean between these three?
Correct.
Between data and analytics. I think they all have to go together.
I see.
Yeah. But if you think about it, I think people are very interested in AI today. So if you go with AI, then naturally that will pull the need for proper data platforms, proper data governance and stuff like that. So you can always lead with AI lah. That's a hype thing now. And then but at the same time you also have to start taking care of your data. And analytics. I think that's quite natural also.
Yeah. So starting so small.
So they're all same package.
Starting so small in terms of data, AI analytics.
Yeah. I think you have to start with a pilot, like something that's more bite-sized, they can see value quick and then get more buy-in before you invest more resources into it.
I see.
But I think people have to see something that's working and then they want to follow. You have to create a desire in other parts of the organization.
Yes.
So if you have teams that are a bit resistant, hesitant, then just start with those that are more interested. As people see, hey, it works, then I think, you will generate more demand within the organization.
All right.
And more desire.
Okay. Before we close our podcast today, anything you want to share to our audience?
I think it's a lot of change right now.
It's changing a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of change. So Yeah, I think that's what humans are good at, right?
Yes, correct.
We are adaptable, very
Yes.
adaptable. Yeah.
So I think before we end, so I think the first episode I get Mr. Pang, right? Then second episode I invite Mr. Pang and Lip Sync as well. Episode 3 I invite Kayan also CEO, right? So today I here with the data analytics and AI. So I think maybe we can tell our audience how we can start the data and AI. Of course, start from us for SRKK. So maybe can you give some sort of for example, when you reach out to someone, I believe you always talk with CEOs, decision makers in terms of fabric, because all these is not easy things to understand. Especially I learned this in a hard way from marketing's perspective, right? Thanks for sharing with me a lot when I'm looking for you. So any things you want to talk about in terms of how data analytics Microsoft can help to the organization?
Yeah, I think Microsoft has a very mature suite of products. And many times as you're learning about a topic, like the best way to learn is to go talk to the vendors. Like the vendors will tell you different things because they're deep into this area. Yeah, so they will teach you new things. So go and explore different vendors, and yeah, definitely we're happy to have a conversation.
Yeah. All right. I think that's all for today. All right. Thank you everyone for joining our podcast today. So yeah, say bye to our
Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you for joining.
Stay tuned for our SRKK On Air episode 5. We will share the updates to everyone, and please give us feedback if you want to have what topic you guys would like to have. All right, that's all for today. Thank you very much.